So, can you really generate electricity with just a magnet and some copper wire? I mean, it's a question you see popping up all over the internet. Today, we're going to get to the bottom of it once and for all.
The idea is just so tempting, isn't it? Free, limitless energy just by putting a magnet next to a wire. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But does that dream actually line up with reality?
I'm sure you've seen the videos I'm talking about. Someone grabs a really strong magnet, puts it by a coil of copper wire, and boom, they claim they're making electricity. It looks so easy. So let's actually dive in and see what the science has to say about it.
Okay, so here's where things get interesting. You've got the myth on one side, which says a magnet that's just sitting there next to a wire will create usable electricity. But the reality, the actual science, tells a totally different story. It says you need a changing magnetic field, and that one little word, changing, makes all the difference. So first up, let's really break down this viral myth. Where did this whole idea even come from?
The whole idea is just so simple, right? You just need a strong enough magnet and a good quality copper wire, you hold them close, and the electricity should just flow. It sounds so plausible, and that's exactly why this idea has spread like wildfire.
But hey, believing something is one thing, and seeing it work is another. So, enough talk. It's time to put this idea to a direct, super simple test. Let's see what happens.
So our setup is exactly what you see in all those videos online. We've got one strong magnet, a nice coil of copper wire, and importantly, a really sensitive multimeter that can pick up even the tiniest little flicker of voltage.
And the result, drumroll please, a big fat 0. Yep, with the magnet held perfectly still right next to the coil, absolutely nothing happens. The multimeter doesn't budge. It's sitting right at 0.00 volts. So right there, myth busted. Just being close isn't enough. Okay, so if just holding the magnet there does nothing, what are we missing? Well, the secret ingredient, believe it or not, is something incredibly simple: motion.
A static magnet, no matter how powerful it is, just won't get the job done. The real secret, the principle that literally powers our entire world, is that changing magnetic field we talked about. You need those invisible magnetic field lines to actually move and cut across the wire. That's what gets the electrons moving.
And listen, this isn't just some random party trick. It's a fundamental law of physics, figured out way back in the 1800s by the brilliant Michael Faraday. It's called Faraday's law of induction.
Now, the official name for this whole process is electromagnetic induction. It sounds kind of complicated, but it's not. It just means that when you take a conductor, like our copper wire, and you put it in a magnetic field that's moving or changing, you're going to produce a voltage. Simple as that.
And Faraday's law basically gives us the rule book for this. It states, plain and simple, that if you change the magnetic environment around a coil of wire, a voltage will be created in that coil. It's this incredible, direct link between magnetism and electricity.
And what's really cool is that the law also tells us exactly how to get more voltage. It's like a recipe. You can use a stronger magnet, you can move things faster, or you can add more loops to your coil of wire. The bigger the change, the more power you get.
All right, so now that we know the science, now that we know motion is the key, let's run our little experiment again. We're going to use the exact same setup, but this time we're adding that magic ingredient.
And there it is. Look at that. The second I start moving the magnet back and forth inside the coil, the multimeter jumps. We've got a voltage reading. Now it's small, sure, but it is undeniable proof. Motion creates electricity. That right there is electromagnetic induction in action.
Now, I know what you're thinking. That tiny voltage on our table isn't going to charge your phone. But the principle behind it? My goodness, it's one of the most important discoveries in all of human history. It's how we went from a cool science trick to powering the entire planet.
So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. It's not about the magnet itself, and it's not about the wire. It's the change, that movement, that fluctuation that unlocks the power.
And this isn't just a tabletop experiment. This exact same idea is just scaled up like 1,000,000 times over inside every electrical generator, at every single power plant, and in all the transformers that run our electrical grid. It is quite literally the engine of our modern world.
And that kind of leads to a final thought, right? Now that you know what to look for, you'll see this dance between motion, magnetism, and electricity everywhere. So what else in your life, in your home, runs on this amazing principle? Hey, if you've ever tried this experiment yourself, I would love to hear how it went. Share your results down in the comments. And of course, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the science all around us.
And if you want to see how this whole thing scales up, definitely check out our explainer on how giant power generators work. Thanks for watching.